Welcome to the Redvee TV Instant Reaction, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2025 season, following St Helens' 6-0 victory over the Leeds Rhinos at AMT Headingley this evening. Kevin, admit it, the 11 out of 12 is most definitely on.
It is. I can't deny it. As I said at the time, I hope you're right. I didn't see what on earth you were basing it on. But if we're basing it on that absolutely wonderful defensive effort that we've seen tonight, when we're down to 12, we've lost two number 9s during the course of the first half, then I can see what you're basing it on. But when you said it at the time, nah, I wasn't having it.
Heroic is the word I've used on the tweet at full time to describe that performance. I know you're going to give us a little bit of a differing viewpoints as we go on, yeah. But I said to you probably the last couple of days, today when we've spoke, that coming over here tonight, it actually felt like a big game. Unfortunately, Leeds didn't play their part, nilled at home, only 4 points against us in 2. We thought they were back, but obviously not.
Yeah, disappointed once again with Leeds. I think I was disappointed with them when we were playing at our place. So disappointed again tonight. I just think they panicked at times with the ball. But I'm going to put that down to our great defence. I think in the first half they were trying to throw it. I don't know, like, who was the coach before? Was it Rowan Smith, who had them doing all types of things that they hadn't earned the right to? And they're throwing passes out and they're finding touch straight away. And it's disappointing to see, because for a team in third place, you'd think that they kind of earn the right to play against a team who very obviously was set up to weather out that storm, especially after half an hour. When you see that it's going to be a tight game, you know that you've got to earn your points, and they just didn't do that. And yeah, I'm disappointed with them. I'm disappointed because after them beating Hull KR last week, I was expecting to see a lot more from them.
And as you say, I think it was our defence that limited it. I think it makes such a difference you've got Owen Dagnall on one wing, you've got Harry Robertson out playing at centre on the right. Was it on the right tonight? Yeah. Just having pace on both sides. You'd never look like you're going to get beat for pace out wide, which early in the year we did when we had injuries and we couldn't defend. Now we can seem to funnel teams back down the middle, and the defence, fair play to all the coaching staff. You can't. You obviously Brendan O'Carroll, Lee Breers, Paul Wellens. You can't pick Wellens out as the fault when it's going wrong and not praise him when it's going right as well. It's a collective effort, and fair play to the coaching staff. In recent weeks, defensively we are tremendous.
We've got it absolutely right. To go back to your first point there, you talk about Owen Dagnall and Harry Robertson. They've got maturity above the years. They are absolutely fantastic. As you say, they've got pace. Owen Dagnall, for a young lad who's played less than 10 games for Saints, looks like he's been playing for a couple of years. It looks like it's his shirt to lose as well. I know we had a chat during the game of, does Lewis Murphy come back into this team? At the minute, you've got to win your shirt back, because Owen Dagnall's doing nothing wrong. Harry Robertson, again, this looks like it's his 4th or 5th season playing first team. He just looks like he's got that many game smarts for a young man. That much elusive running. I've said this. I don't know if I've said it on the show. I know I've said it to people. I'm not comparing him to this player, but his running style is the closest I think Saints have had to it, and that's Sam Tompkins. You know, that elusive style, kind of that. He's a slight player, but he's got that step that it looks like he's just going to go past someone where there's not a gap. As I say, I'm not saying he's anywhere near in the league of Sam Tompkins at the moment, but on this trajectory, you'd be remiss not to mention the lightness in his game in what is season 2 for him.
We opened the game with Kyle Felt booming it into touch. Did anybody have that little bit of a flashback? Was it Warrington in the semi last year? I'm thinking, oh no, we've started already.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily, you've got to pick out things that have gone wrong, and one of them was Kyle Felt's not had a good game tonight. I think nothing went right for him.
I think five errors we
I
counted.
think we counted. It's just not gone right for him tonight, which is a shame because I think previous weeks, since he's come back from his injury, he's looked phenomenal. He's looked like the signing that we were hoping we were getting.
But that's where you make bail you out.
Yes, yeah.
If you've got 1 out of your 13 who has an off night, if you've got 12 out of 13 giving 7, 8 out of 10s, you can weather it, and that's where the teamwork comes in.
Yeah, definitely. And that's it. The rest of his game, I mean, he's still keeping solid on that right-hand side. Him and Harry have got a good understanding over there. But unfortunately, sometimes you've got to pick out little moments in the game that you go, that kick out on the full first minute, you think, brilliant, what a start.
It was stupid ones like that one in the second half where he's grabbed the fella's foot and we're at second tackle 20 metres out.
But again, we could go with Iggy Parsi getting sin bin with 13, 14 minutes left. You think, well, that could cost us. You look at Alex Walmsley dropping the ball 3.5 minutes left, and you think, lads, we're again under the cosh here. Leeds have got 3/4 of a stadium absolutely baying for a try. Come on, you're experienced professionals here. And I know it's easy for me to say when we've gone through a lot of defensive work, and we'll get on to why we've done a lot of defensive work as well.
Yeah, and obviously you can't legislate for probably how tired and how much of a shift we've put in out there, and that's where errors creep in. But obviously we've lost Darryl Clark after 10 minutes. You lose Jake Burns after another 15. So, listen, we've been used to playing with 14, 15 players for a while. We've prepared ourselves for it. But to put that defensive shift in that we've done tonight, and essentially, did Leeds make a clean break in that game? I can't really remember one. I thought we were phenomenal. Absolutely heroic defence.
Defensively, yeah. However, and as you alluded to at the start, I'm still coming away frustrated with Saints tonight. And the reason I'm frustrated with Saints tonight is that game should have been dead and buried long ago. Bet the penalty count was insurmountable one way. Now, I'm not going to, at this point, I'm not going to go, oh, referees against us. People might do in the comments, people might do on social media, whatever. I'm saying this from seeing it once, from the back of that stand up there, watching it. We're putting ourselves in position and giving away silly penalties.
Starts after about 20 minutes when I said, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah. But we've given ourselves stupid, like more work to do through our own stupidity. It's absolutely through our own stupidity. You just think in that, I mean, it's come good, but in that second half, when we get the ball down on Leeds' line, we're not looking for the 1 point to take it to a 2-score game. We're throwing it out wide. We are trying to score the try, which in its own way is admirable.
Game smarts.
But game smarts just tell you, you know what, there's a couple of minutes left.
Even the one, the drop goal attempt on the stroke of half time, Moses had 2 terrible ones last week. Johnny booms one over, and yet tonight it's Moses on drop goal duties again.
Yeah, and listen,
it was a good attempt.
It was a decent attempt.
Well, is it a decent attempt?
But it didn't go over. Yeah. There's your issue. But yeah, I find myself frustrated. I find myself frustrated with the fact that these are things we can fix. So, as you say, the silly one of the night, grabbing the foot. Silly one of the night, kicking a kick-off dead. These are easily eradicated from a game, and so you don't put yourself under that cosh. It's the slight moan from coming away tonight in what is the game that I have probably celebrated the most in the past God knows how many years, and I count the times when we were winning everything as well. Just, I think, whether it was relief after thinking for the last 20 minutes, well, I think 22 minutes left on that clock, and we both looked at each other and said, I'm knackered watching this. We're not even playing, and I'm absolutely knackered.
I have visibly aged. I probably look about 35 now.
That's why I've got this hat on, is hiding the fact that I've got no hair anymore.
I miss that.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, a very, very satisfying Saints win.
Yeah. Absolutely buzzing with it. And listen, after our tribulations early in the year, the point where we were at after that Warrington performance away, this is a night and day different Saints team. And is it fair to say maybe the season's not quite dead yet? Because if you're putting performances like that, that will give you a platform to compete against anyone if you eradicate your own errors.
Consistency. It's consistency, and that's again the frustration is when we played against Hull last week, 20 minutes we had a similar performance to that, and then the last hour it trailed away. That we've done it for 80 minutes, and sometimes we've had to do it because we've had to get players out of the stink. Sometimes we've done it just because we've been that good. Our scramble defence has been tremendous. The way that we've set up our line, bend not break, it's been absolutely wonderful. But yeah, it is night and day, and it's probably right that we've got a week off in a couple. I think we've got Lee, haven't we? And then we've got a week off. We should probably record a show about that. Not discuss it tonight, but
no.
But
the question we will ask over the weekend for people who want to get in touch is, what's your views on Welham?
Yeah, and I think people will still say that listen, we've had you can't rewrite the history of the bad performances and bad results, but people may well have changed their mind. It'd be interesting to hear that. It will be interesting to hear. It's lovely, isn't it?
How many years is it since they beat us here?
What did I say? 2017. Super 8s it was. The Super 8s.
There's kids on them terraces who've never seen Saints lose at Leeds. It's almost like going to Cass. And speaking of which...
We lost at Cass.
Anyway, speaking of which, as a professional rugby league stadium, they're going about this being such a world-class venue. First of all, the away end is still third world. Second of all, every paying spectator in the stadium should have the ability to see a big screen.
Yeah, okay. I think, that is first world problems. But yeah, no, I'm quite happy with that.
Why is it flat, straight and not angled?
Yeah, I would
Could
like...
we not put one on the other corner?
I would like to... Well, then you'd argue that people there couldn't see.
They'd have two?
Oh, have two. Okay. Yeah, I'd be happy with grounds having two big screens in so people can see it. Yes.
Sort it out. Yes, sort it out. Right.
Do.
We are... But everybody at Saints can see it. Right. Yeah. Even though it's tiny. Right, we are going to celebrate in our favourite kebab shop, Tariq's.
It's not my favourite kebab shop.
Not after last time.
No, it's just not my favourite. No offence,
Tariq's. It's your favourite one in Leeds.
It's the only one I've been to in Leeds.
Yes, Dom! Dom McCormick, celebrating. Was it Tommy, Jacob and State from Oldham stood in front of us. I hope I've got the names right. I think they had heart attacks watching that second half, just like we did. So, said I'd give you a shout out. But yes, we're off to celebrate.
Yeah, thanks to all the people who've come over and said that.
Yeah, they're the only ones who told us the names. But.
Yeah, no, the fellow who goes to the gym at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock in the morning, absolutely.
Well, he said he likes like about 26 minutes to keep running. So keep running. You're not putting enough effort in.
Should we just put in like the Rocky music about here? We'll just put like 10 minutes of that in just for you here.
Run off my kebab for me. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And we will catch you during the week for another episode of Redvee TV as we carry on the trail to 11 out of 12.